Legion Tactical Cutlery.
Hold the line!
Hey everyone, hey guys, doing Grugs here at Legion Tactical Cutlery. Welcome back once again, troops, Legionnaires, new recruits. As always, really appreciate you all taking your time to check out my channel and my videos. Okay, today we're going to be testing out something pretty nice. This is the Kizer Drop Bear in 1095 steel. I am excited to test this one out. I think this is going to be a great design for the all-rounder outdoor blade, even a camp knife, you know, camp kitchen, man. I think that this knife is going to do justice. So let's get to it. What's everybody carrying today? Well, once again, I'm going to show you this excellent knife from Throw Club, Warncliffe, Sheep's Foot, Drop Point. I don't care what you want to call it. I like this knife. Go check out the Legion premiere on this. They make a couple other designs of this on AliExpress. I think I'm going to get them because I really like this knife. What are you guys carrying? Veterans, active military. I think this would be a great utility knife for you guys in the service. You know, if you're still in the service, hopefully after we're done with this video, you guys will appreciate this knife. Just want to say thank you very much for your service. Please enjoy the video. Quick specs, troop. Once again, this is the Kizer Drop Bear. We're looking at an overall length of 11.8 inch, blade length 6.51 inch, blade material 1095 steel, blade hardness 58 to 60 HRC, blade thickness 4.7 millimeters, blade width 1.59 inch, handle length 5.29 inch, handle material black G10. Weight of this knife is 11.88 ounce, and it features full tang, lanyard hole, kydex sheath, and a 360-degree rotating belt loop. All right, let's check this out real quick. I love that spear point. Kind of reminds me of another brand, spear point, that did very well. All right, so I think this is going to be a really great option, but it's basically a high saber grind spear point with that nice swedge for some penetration if need be. A little slight fuller there, a generous sharpening choil that will also be a great finger choil, and it feels good as I'm showing you holding this. So hopefully feather sticks will be pretty easy to make. You could see that jimping that runs halfway down that spine. Hopefully should be good for scraping some wood. All right, the handles are beautifully done, very comfortable, nicely contoured, should fit quite a few hands, including something a little bit larger than mine. It just feels great. It feels like I'm holding a bushcraft knife, except this is a more substantial all-around blade. Now let's take a look at the sheath real quick. Okay, pancake style sheath, plenty of rivet holes if you need to add third-party options. Heavy duty kydex drainage hole right here on the bottom. All right, 360-degree belt loop. It's plastic. You just slip over the belt, which is really nice. And then you could adjust it for 360 degrees. I just want to carry it in an upright position, these large knives. You guys carry it the way you want. Let's pop the knife in. No noise, no up and down play, no side to side play. This is a decent setup right here. I'm good to go. We're going to just be testing out this log right here that I found, and very fortunate. So it's something substantial, I think, for this knife. Also shouldn't take too long to chop through. Let's give it a go. As you can see, I did add this lanyard here. I'm going to use it, and I'm going to get through this right here in this little, one of the thickest parts of the branch right here that I found on the ground at one of these parks that I went to that I just didn't like, man. Everything here in Florida is scrub brush, at least in this vicinity of where I am, and it's just not good. So I was fortunate enough to find this. I grabbed it. Let's test it out. I think it'll be perfect. Okay. The handle is real comfortable. probably one of the nicest handles I've had the pleasure of using. Really nice. Now, just to let everybody know, my hand is hurt, my arm. I slipped on a patch of mud and fell, so I'm going to do the best that I can here. Okay. But this piece of wood right here is a good example if you were to go to a campsite and you need to just chop this up for whatever reason. This is definitely a decent knife to do it. Looks like it's some form of pine because I see some resin right there. Hey, that's awesome. Let's just keep on going. Yeah, look at that. Look at that pine right there. That's resonated wood right there, and we're looking good so far. All right. Excellent. I got lucky with this. Yeah, look at that. Look at that right there. Oh yeah, that smells good. That's nice. Got to save this stuff to burn. All right, good. Looks like it did the job. Okay. That edge looks fine. Looking good. Let's move on, man. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of V-notch batoning. This is a pretty hard branch. However, what I want to do first is do a little delimbing. Okay, so this is a good example of doing a little delimbing. Nice hard piece of wood, man. There we go, but it seems to have done the job. A little bit more over here. Make sure I don't hurt myself. There we go. Okay, good. So now that I delimbed for the most part, I'm going to baton right here in this area. Actually, got one more little piece over here. So just imagine a ton of branches on this piece right here. And if you needed something a little bit straighter, I could do that one, but it's going to take too long. I'm gonna notch right through it. So let me grab my baton here. And let's get to work. I have to be careful because of this, so I just got to keep in mind that I'm still hurt. You know what I mean? Just got to be careful of the shock from hitting. I don't want to do anything too stupid. Okay, good. This cast does not help me much. So again, doing the best I can for you troops. Okay. All right. As you can see, it's notching through. All right. Let's just keep on going. Just going to have to bear with me a little bit. That's why I didn't pick anything too large, too thick. But as you could see, it's good to go. And that edge looks fine. That edge looks fine. Let me see real quick. Good. All right. This is the handle, once again, is coming loose. I did not Loctite it. So once again, because I'm doing the testing, these are coming loose. Be aware of that. If you do decide to buy this, Loctite is your friend. Let's do some slight batoning with this. Some vertical. Let's see how she does. Now I'm going through the center of that resin, so let's see how she does with this. Wow, okay, good. That's nice, man. Look at that. Wow. That's gold right there. That smells so damn good. Okay, so you know what I'm going to try and do? See if I can baton around that. Whoops. I want to save this, you know? Let's just see if I could just baton around it. Nah, no good, man. The hell with it, you know? I'm just going to go right through it, quarter it. Okay. Let me just pick up that other piece that fell on the floor. I want to quarter that too. Okay, so look, this is a nice little surprising score. I mean, hey, this should light up a campfire. Use this as the base. You know, let me see if I can even make this a little bit smaller. Okay, look at that, man. Look at that. Look how nice that is. Maybe for my tip testing, what I'll do is I'll see if I could separate that using the tip here. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. I have some fat wood. Okay, and I could probably, you know, scrape some of this off. But I know people would use it, say just use it. But yeah, I mean, look, that's nice. All right, so it did the job. Let me just grab that other piece. Okay, here's a nice hard piece right here. Let's see if I can just go right down the center with this. Perfect. Okay. And you know, the hell with it. While I'm at it, let's use this tip. Now this handle is so comfortable. I mean, no matter how I'm holding it, it is so comfortable. I don't feel the need to use this. So let's just do a little tip testing here. I want to hit this with my arm, and I got to be careful. Perfect. Great. Great. This is great. Nice. So the tip did justice. Vertical, horizontal batoning did justice. Let's just see real quick. The edge retention here is looking good. I mean, I could use these as feather sticks, but I want to do a little horizontal batoning with a little bit different species of wood. Well, some kiln dried wood. You could see it's still sharp. So let me clean this up and we'll try something a little different. Okay, I have some kiln dried wood right here. As you can see, I think it'll make for a good test for the whole blade. Doing the horizontal batoning, so let's give it a go. Again, utilizing the whole blade to accomplish my task. All right, you could see it also kind of went through a knot, but because of the angle, it's not perfect 100%. So, hey, how you doing? I'm going to do my best. That was just a neighbor saying hello. Always nice to be polite to people. Just put this somewhere on the floor. I'll pick that up in a second. Let me see what I could do here. Okay, good. Oh, nice. Excellent. Okay, nice flat piece right here. I'm going to pick those up in a second. Once again, now this is awkward. Let's see what I can do here. Oh, nice. Okay, good. So let's do this side. Beautiful. Okay, beautiful. All right. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can make these thin too. I think once again, I'll use that point to split them up even smaller. Oh, it's so hard to do this with this cast. Okay, excellent. So now that I kind of have the right pieces over here, just put that down there for a second. So again, let me use this tip. Perfect. Nice. And I can make feather sticks with these, right? Beautiful. Do a little prying too. I don't know, guys. I think I like an all-rounder knife more than a dedicated bushcraft knife. You know, if I was a real bushcrafter, I think I'd want, something substantial with me. Also, besides just a dedicated bushcraft knife. But to each their own. Beautiful, man. Look at that. Feather sticks, dude. Or kindling. So, just so that you all know, this part of Florida, well, this area is immaculate. They keep the state of Florida keeps this area immaculate. So even their parks, you kind of like gotta buy wood. You can't just chop down trees at any park over here in Florida, okay? So if you were to purchase some wood, some kiln dried wood or whatever wood, I mean, this knife is doing the job. If you wanted to make some kindling, here you go, man. Practice your skills, but pretty good. Let me clean this up. Let's do individual curls and some feather sticks with different species of wood, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so I've got 3 pieces of wood. All right, this is something totally separate. I usually do tip test with this one, but I have that nice hard piece of wood, and then I have this kiln dried piece of wood. So let's just make some individual curls first. Check out the edge retention on this blade. After that bit of abuse, we are making some really nice curls, no doubt. So you can make a big pile of this stuff. Okay, beautiful. And let's try a little different species now. This is really hard stuff. You can see it's really making some nice curls here. So that's working out real nice. It's a small little pile, and then with this, let's see. Nice. Okay, so 3 different types of wood. All hard, no pine in this one. Okay, beautiful. So that's good. That's really good. And then since this is a nice long stick right over here, God, when I think I have something decent to make nice long feathers, Murphy's Law. And plus it's a little hard with this, so okay, let's keep going until I get it for you guys. I do it all for you guys, man. It's sharp still, this blade. 1095 is pretty good with this knife. You know what, Kizer? Make this in CPM 3V. Now that will be a winner with your detail to budget on CPM 3V, man. Make this CPM 3V. I bet you it'll be a big hit. Okay, but you guys get the idea with this. Feather stick, okay? And just for the hell of it, let me see if I could do something with this piece of hardwood here. Something similar. So this is something you might find out here in the outdoors in Florida, where this is I bought in the store. So just want to make sure I have everybody's confidence here that this knife is being tested properly. Sorry, man, my wrist, but you get the idea, okay? So this is doing real well. Let me just do a little more tip testing over here. Again, once again, let's make a divot. I'm pretty confident this spear point is going to do the job. Without too much problem. I like this knife a lot. It's probably I'm gonna have to say this is probably one of my favorite Kizers right here. Like I said, make this in CPM 3V, man. You got this will be gold. I'll be the first to test it out if you guys make this in CPM 3V. Oops. Gotta be careful, man. I don't want to get cut. Try my best to show everybody capabilities of this knife while I'm hurt. I'm still not 100%. but I don't want to make it worse either. Okay. Okay, once again, there you go. Let's check out that tip. The tip is good. You saw me. I split wood with the tip. All right, and that blade is nice and straight. We're good to go. Now, yesterday, I tested out another Kizer, the Polaris 1100 A4. That's the half chisel grind, half Scandi grind. It did well. And I made a 10 stake, but I didn't record. So now I want to make a 10 stake with this one. So let me clean this up and let's do that. Double check, definitely recording this time. Okay, got a nice piece right here. So let me do a little cross batoning. All right. I'll use this piece, the hell with it. Let me get rid of this over here. Oh, of course. Give me a second. Okay, here you go. All right, so you know what? I'm going to use the straighter piece. So because of the limitation of my wrists, instead of holding it, what I'll do is, just to show everybody, I will use the cross baton method to make my point. So I don't have to sit there and whittle away at it. Okay, but if you want to refine that point a little more, for whatever reason, you basically get the idea. Okay. Can whittle away the bark if you so desire. Because I did the batoning, it cracked a little bit. I don't care. It doesn't matter. So let's do a little chamfering. Okay, I know it's not a bushcraft knife. I understand that, but you could do some small tasks with it, and that's the whole goal of showing you what you all can do here with a very capable and still sharp knife. If you want to practice making spoons and stuff or something this big, be my guest. I mean, you could buy wooden spoons and plastic spoons real cheap off of Amazon, Perfect. Let's flatten that tip out a little bit. Just gotta make sure I'm still in camera. So this way you could hammer, or make a dowel of some sort. If you're making a small little table or, a significant size chair, I know that people take augers with them. But if you just want to make something small, okay, different ways of accomplishing whatever the task it is. It doesn't have to be up close. Okay, I know some of you will disagree, but I'm having a hard time because of this. So, and last but not least, I'm going to use the help of this right here. I want to make a little bit of a notch. So and the handle is very comfortable doing that. Just make sure my hands are right behind this because I'm not 100% on this. Kind of did something similar yesterday. And this being a pretty hard piece of wood, nobody says that you're not allowed to you know, to not use a baton to help make your notch. So because of my handicap, I'm going to take advantage any way I want to help me out. All right, so now okay. Just getting a little fatigued here, troops. Just got to be careful. It's relying on the sharpness of the blade to help me do my task. Okay, I think we're good to go here. Now, obviously, you could refine it, etc. But this is, I mean, I purposely make a 10 stake because I think it kind of touches on all the basic idea of doing some of this work with this knife. So, okay, you can see number 7 notch, chamfered area over here, point. Beautiful. Mission accomplished here, okay? And you just tap that in, right? If you have guidelines or whatever, you know what I mean? Obviously, it damaged that. That would not go into a piece of wood like that, but it would go into some dirt. You know, you just need a substantial point to make sure it goes in there, okay? Let's do a spine test, maybe even the choil test. Let's see if I can do a little scraping. In fact, I'm gonna try scraping some of this fat wood that I chopped and batoned at the beginning of the video. Then I have the Home Depot Lowe's fat wood. I don't remember where I got this from. Then I have a regular piece of wood, some species. Then I want to see if this will take off bark. So that'll be interesting. Then last but not least, see if it'll spark. Okay, so let me just wedge this in between these two. Let's try this first. Not as sharp as I thought it was going to be. Now I am using the jimping area because the spine area is all the way here on the bottom. So let me see if I can at least do this. Yeah, that spine area is not as sharp as I thought it was going to be. Okay, so definitely not as sharp. Let me try this jimping area over here now. Yeah, no, not too good. Not too good with the spine or the jimping area, which is a little disappointing. Let's try this choil maybe. No, that choil is too rounded off. But as always, you need to make some kind of shavings. I don't care. It's a tool. You know, you can use the edge of your blade. How nice and smooth and round I'm making that now. To get a little bit of something here. All right, look at that. Okay, this is from the spine, but this is just from scraping over here. All right. Not as efficient as a sharp spine, but it'll do the job, okay? So unfortunately, that's the best you're going to get. You may want to take this to a belt sander or sharpen it. I don't want to do that to this knife. I want to clean this up. I like this knife. This is a nice knife. I could use other tools for that. So that's this one species here. I'm kind of curious if this, probably not. I just want to see if this will take off at least the bark, the jimping. Now, at least it took off the bark, but anything else, it's going to be very difficult, okay? So I'm a little concerned about sparking this up. So let's try the Home Depot Lowe's fat wood. I don't remember where I got it from. Okay, so still not as efficient. You know what I mean, guys and gals? Still not as efficient. It's not like it's coming off readily, but it's doing it. So that's good news. And just curious, let me try. This spine with no jimping. It's really not doing much. A lot of effort here for very, very little return. That kind of sucks, to be quite honest with you. So once again, you're probably better off using the edge of the blade to round off or get what you need. Make sure you're careful so you don't cut yourself, but look at that. That is much easier to do with the edge. And last but not least, kind of curious about this stuff over here, this nice gold. I'm just going to use the edge. Okay, good. So that smells really good. Wow. That smells really good compared to the Home Depot stuff. No comparison. No comparison. I bet you this stuff will light up just as well too. So there you go. There you have a small example. Now let's see if I can spark this up. Let me just move this out of the way. So again, I'm testing in my garage. So I'm not going to start any form of fire in here. It would be irresponsible. Let's see. Oh, my wrist. Okay. All right. Well, at least the jimping, you can get a little nice spark here. Okay. There you go. So from the jimping and from the spine, it will do you justice. Camp tasks with this bad boy. Let's check it out. Okay, great. Last but not least, pick a scenario, whether it's hunting, hiking, ranch work, farm work, fishing. I have some material here that you may or may not see out in the field. Let's test it out. All right. I have some waxed string here. Okay, this is going to be real easy to cut. We all got to start somewhere, so very easy. I have some paracord. Actually, I have some already cut paracord. I wanted to make a lanyard for this, and this was too short after I cut it. I'll never learn. But, okay, real easy. Do a little chop. Good to go right here. Okay. I have some material. This is stuff that you ratchet onto a truck, nylon material. Real easy to cut. Do a little chop. Good to go right here. Then some natural rope. Again, pick a scenario, farm, ranch, hunting, hiking, what have you, that you might be using some of these materials. See if I could do this. Perfect. All right. Let's see if I could do this too now. Yep. Nice. Beautiful. Okay. Sharp. And who knows, maybe on a ranch you might, or a farm, twist tie, not twist ties, but pallet ties. That's pretty easy to do. Okay. Cut. Excellent. A little bit thicker stuff. Okay. Again, I don't know what you have on a farm or a ranch, but it may come tied in with this stuff on pallets. Easy. Okay. Little chop. We're good to go on this. Last but not least, some twist ties. You know, every facet of outdoors is going to use some form of twist ties. Let's see what I can do here. Beautiful. Okay. Chopping it upright. I'm happy, man. Good to go. All right. This is a hell of a knife. I love this spear point. I think this is one of the absolute best knives to take out into the field, man, especially if you're going to have something all around a utility. You know what I mean? I think that this Kizer Drop Bear is excellent. Now, they do come in a couple of different flavors. This one's $10.95. It also comes in AEB-L steel. I always get that wrong, or they call it Able steel. So yeah, I mean, just a great knife. Did a little finer tasks, as you could see, did camp tasks. Once again, pick a scenario, hunting, hiking, fishing, farm, ranch. I think this knife will do it. This is all all around utility. I mean, if I was a soldier, I'd take this out into the field, make sure that those screws are Loctited up pretty good, and use this bad boy, man. All right, troops, there's nothing more that I could say that the video didn't, already show everybody. So let me bring awareness, everybody. Hashtag 22 a day, hashtag 22 a day no more. There are veterans and active military. Once they get out of the service, they do face a lot of challenges. Unfortunately, one of these challenges is suicide. So at the end of this video, there will be slides that you could pause on. Call those phone numbers, surf those websites. There's also a heartfelt message from Martin Miller, one of your own Vietnam veterans, 66 to 69. He's been there, he has done that. He is possibly going through what you might be going through. Please seek the help that you all have earned and deserve. Troops, Legionnaires, new recruits, my wrist is killing me. I got to go put it on ice. At the ready, troops, hold the line. Take care.
Legionnaires!